Hey guys, Mike from Templar Airsoft.com. Thanks for watching. Q&A session today, again, number 4. First I want to go and mention the newsletter I've got that I've started to do. It's basically just an update for those of you that can't subscribe because you don't have YouTube accounts and things like that. So the link will be in the description. If you sign up to that, you'll get a weekly email. I'm also going to run newsletter only competitions, as well as pre-orders for patches and stuff. I've got a few designs of different patches I'm going to be releasing soon with a PVC version of the Templar Airsoft patch. So the initial order offers are going to go out to the guys on the newsletter first. So get yourself signed up to that if you want to receive those, and you want to receive weekly updates of videos and articles that have been on the website. Next thing, playing OpFor and dressing as OpFor. It's not a question, but it's something that I see all the time that I wanted to talk about. Mainly because someone got ripped to pieces the other week on social media, as always seems to be the way, because they wanted to dress up as OpFor for a thing. Firstly, as a serving soldier, someone who's fought the Taliban and Iraqi insurgency, I don't find it offensive if someone wants to dress up like that to play the game, unless, if you're going to sit there and glorify and start telling me how good, the Taliban and Iraqi insurgency, etc., are, then obviously you're going to piss me off. But in terms of just dressing up and wanting to play a sort of freer rebel type battle within your airsoft game, that's not offensive at all. OpFor as well. The term OpFor means opposition forces. So for those, everyone's an OpFor. So the biggest thing as well for that is that this particular guy that I saw, he was dressed. He looked like he could have said he was a Northern Alliance fighter. And those guys were the good guys. So they fought alongside us in the early days of the campaign in Afghanistan. So for people to start bashing, it seems like a lot of people seem to get offended on behalf of other people. So if something offends you, say it offends you and leave it at that. It doesn't matter if you get offended; nothing's going to happen. So it's okay to be offended, but don't get offended on behalf of other people. And for those of you that don't know, when you're in the army, you quite often get asked for volunteers to play OpFor for other units, and 90% of the time, most people will volunteer to do it because it's just good fun. It's good fun to dress up as a jihadi or Cold War era Russian fake army and just play with, be on exercise with no rules and regulations and just do whatever the hell you want to, play that sort of rebel fighter. It's good fun. So don't get too offended by it, guys. Just remember, it is just a game. Matt on YouTube asks, do I rock night vision for night games? Do I have any tips, etc., for those people doing a night game for the first time? I don't rock night vision, can't afford it. But I think for those of you that can't afford night vision, there are cheaper alternatives. National Geographic, for example, they do night vision monitoring devices, like a monocular sort of thing, like a night vision pair of binoculars, basically, or monocular. I think they do both types. I think their cheapest ones are like 70 quid. They're not amazing. They're not military grade technology, but they do help. I've used things like that on surveillance work, and they're relatively affordable. They're not very durable, so don't expect them to last. You do have to take care of them, but cheap alternative, it will help in some form. Failing that, the best thing you can do is ensure that everybody in your team and around you has good light discipline. What I mean by that is not using white light. It takes your eyes about 20 minutes to adjust to the dark, and if someone slams a white light into your eye, it takes at least another 20 minutes to get your eyes, sometimes longer, to get your eyes to readjust back to the dark. So make sure people have got red filters, blue filters, green filters in their torches, and make sure no one lights you up the torch. If everyone's on the same page and everybody's conducting good light discipline, you shouldn't really need to worry. My PEC box on my gun, I run a PEC 16. It has a little blue light function on there as well, which is pretty good. It allows you to see a little bit of light. but it doesn't affect your night vision too much. The other thing to be aware of when operating at night is your vision. You have dead spots, or sort of, blank spots on the very center of your eyes at night time. So when you're looking at someone, if I was to look directly at my finger here in the dark, I wouldn't be able to see it. If I looked to the right, I'd be able to see the finger in peripheral vision. So when you're looking and you're scanning an area, the key thing to do is not pay attention to the center of your vision, pay attention to your peripheral vision, obviously. So you're looking here, but you're actually paying attention to what's in your peripheral vision. And that's the best way to observe at night time. Harry B on YouTube asks what my favourite camo pattern is, excluding DPM and MTP or multicam. Assuming you mean you want to exclude US Woodland as well, because US Woodland is probably my favourite after DPM, because it is very similar to DPM. Probably got to say AOR2. I'm more of a function over form kind of guy. I prefer camouflages that actually work rather than look good. So AOR2 is a pretty good option. Sam, who I used to play with, he used to run AOR2 gear, and it was pretty good loadout, pretty effective in the UK. Cryptek do some good stuff as well, some good wooden stuff. So if you're looking for something, check out some Cryptek stuff as well. Jerry on YouTube asked if I ship my patches overseas. Yes, I do, and shipping is free. Just put a link in the description. Order a patch, ship it out. Shipping's free to anywhere in the world on these. I am running low, so if you do find they're out of stock when you go to order one, sign up to the newsletter, and I will publish on there. Obviously, if you don't want to, I'll put on social media and stuff when I've got back in stock, but it won't be long. I will be getting some more of these in soon. So yeah, by all means, order one, ship anywhere in the world free of charge. And I've got some PVC patches and other designs coming up soon as well, so keep an eye out for that. Ben on YouTube was wondering what I did in the army. I was infantry, started off rifle company, then was a support gunner, so LSW pre-Afghanistan, then Mini-Me and GPMG, and then moved to mortars. In terms of deployments, I've been quite lucky. I've managed to do some pretty cool jobs on deployment. First tour to Iraq, I was attached to a reconnaissance unit. So we spent a good few months doing reconnaissance, setting up OPs on the Iranians, on the Iranian border, and then from there we moved on to known crossing points of insurgents coming from Iran, trying to catch the insurgency coming over. That was a pretty cool job. Eagle VCPs, fly around in a helicopter, get intelligence on a vehicle, land, do a snap VCP on it, basically. That was another cool job. Then from there, I moved into the SIMP protection team. So basically, escort. We stopped operating civilian 4x4s, drive around Iraq, taking officers to go and meet local sort of tribal leaders and sort of senior members of the local populace to try and negotiate the reconstruction projects in Iraq, to try and rebuild the infrastructure of Iraq. It's quite a cool job. Got to meet some cool people doing that. Got to work with some cool people, some other cool units and stuff as well, on the OPs and things like that, so that was pretty cool. Second tour was, we were a force protection company, so we did the normal sort of infantry role type stuff, guard duty, convoy, escorts of fuel and water from Kuwait. We used to escort the EOD guys to IED sites and contact sites, so to gather evidence and do controlled explosions and things like that. We used to we also did let's say guard duty. Used to escort the media teams around Basra in southern Iraq, and that got to go some cool places for that. And then immediate response team, which was a 4-man team, infantry team with 2 basically paramedics deployed by air. So we'd sit on immediate notice to move in a little room. A contact had happened in the air. If they took casualties, we'd jump on the helicopter, fly out to the contact, pick up the casualties and extract them back to Shaiba for treatment. That was a pretty cool job as well. Third deployment, I was deployed to Afghanistan with Royal Anglians there. So I worked with the Brigade Recce Force, Mobile Offensive, Mobile Outreach Group, MOGS. Was the official term, with the Estonians. Spent pretty much my entire tour on the Green Zone. Tried to set up a fob, didn't work out. We took too many casualties, so we had to extract from there, and we set up Fob Income basically from there. Yeah, got to work with some cool guys out there, some awesome blokes as well. Afghanistan, completely different to Iraq. Afghanistan was pretty much what you could sort of call all-out war with the Taliban. Most of the time we'd go and attack an area, civilians were gone, so we were quite, we had a lot of options on how we could engage the Taliban. Luckily for us, I know some of the units that went there afterwards, they had a lot of restrictions put in place, but you know, it was a good tour, a lot of bad times, but you know, it was an experience, shall we say. But yeah, over the years I've been lucky. I've been able to work with some pretty cool people, done some on deployment, some pretty cool stuff, some pretty cool training and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it. I was an infantryman basically, and that's it for this week's video. So thanks for watching. Any comments, questions or anything like that you want to answer for the next video, stick it in the comments below, and I'll you know, ask anything. I'll endeavour to answer it as best I can. Yeah, thanks for watching. So if it's your first time to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, please. Really do appreciate every time someone does that. And that's it, really. Thanks for watching. Remember to sign up to the newsletter if you want to, and see you next time.